Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackie and I hope you're all having a great day today. We are officially on day number 3 of 25 days of Christmas. I have some really fun stuff planned for this month, so make sure you subscribe now and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any of these videos, because it just gets better and better each day. I went to a haunted location last night and it was insane. I seriously cannot wait to upload that video. I just need to edit it. The videos where I go to haunted places always take longer to edit because I have to be super careful to listen through to make sure I'm not missing anything. And then I have to type out all the stuff for the necrophonic app, so it takes a bit longer. So that will probably be up in 2 days from now. So on day 5, that video will be up. But like I said in the last video, if you have any suggestions of what you want to see me do for these next 25 days, anywhere from DIYs, Christmas festivities, haunted locations I should go to, haunted hotel, haunted games, just comment it down below and I will do it for sure. Now for today, I'm going to be talking about something that happened to me exactly 2 years ago today. And so it's just something that literally changed my life, how I look at life, and everything about me. So I want to share that experience with you guys because I've been to a lot of scary places and done scary things, but this was truly the scariest moment of my entire life, and so many things could have gone wrong, and I'm just so thankful every day that I made it out of this basically fine. So with all that being said, let's just get straight into it. I told you guys about the health conditions that I have, and trust me, I don't want to make this like a common subject of me talking about this on my channel because that's just not really who I am. I just don't want pity or anything like that, and I like my channel to be upbeat and not really any of this serious dramatic stuff. So I promise this isn't gonna be a trend, but since this happened exactly 2 years ago to the day, I figured I'd share the experience with you guys, and maybe someone has experienced something like this, or they're going through it, and maybe it will help someone else. So that's why I'm going to be talking about it. So if you haven't seen my other videos about this, I have Crohn's disease and Graves' disease, which are 2 autoimmune conditions. And both of those cause weight loss, stomach pain, stuff like that. Really just messes up your stomach and the rest of your body, basically, if we're being honest. So 2 years ago, I was in a completely different space than I am right now. I was in and out of the hospital. I couldn't hang out with friends. I didn't leave my bed for so long. There were days where I just didn't even get out of bed for 5 days straight because I was just so fatigued and tired and just couldn't do it. I was just having really bad flare-ups and just couldn't get it under control at all. No matter how much I ate, I was just dropping weight. I started at 110 pounds and within the week I was down to 90 pounds. So it was really bad. So we couldn't seem to get anything under control, and at that point we were trying everything possible. I'd gone to holistic doctors, naturopaths, stuff like that, tried all those programs, and just the state my body was in, I just couldn't digest the supplements they were giving me and the specific diets they wanted me to do. So it just wasn't working out. One of the naturopathic doctors recommended that I try out stem cell therapy. So if you don't know what stem cells are, basically they're the cells in your body that repair and regenerate. So a lot of times when a baby is born, they'll take the stem cells out of an umbilical cord or from a baby, something like that. I'm not completely sure, to be honest, so this all could be completely wrong. You guys can research it and let me know if I'm wrong, but basically they extract stem cells from someone who is super healthy, and then they can inject it into someone else, and those cells will go into your body and start attacking the parts that are damaged, basically, and start regenerating your cells. And so for my specific reason, I had inflammation in my gut, so if they did stem cells through an IV, it'd go straight to my gut and start repairing my intestines. So that's what stem cells are. They're just crazy regenerative medicine. So this doctor recommended I try stem cell therapy, and my mom was like, okay, we'll do anything at this point. This was a doctor I'd never been to before, ever. It's just another doctor recommended him. So my mom went and made an appointment with this doctor. And for some reason, I just didn't want to do it. Like, I was all against it. I had a bad feeling about the entire procedure, and I was like feeling the feeling in my stomach, something saying don't do this, and I was panicking, telling my mom I don't want to do this, and she was just frustrated at this point because she's like, okay, we need to do something, like, you have to try this. So basically, she didn't force me, because if I really, really, really didn't want to do it, I could have been like, I'm not doing it. But she was like, come on, just try it out. So I was like, okay, fine, like, I'll try it. So I go to the appointment. The whole way driving there, I was like, I just don't want to do this. I have such a bad feeling. I want to back out. And at this point, she had already paid the money for me to do it, and the guy wasn't going to give her a refund. So then I was like, okay, well, I have to do it, because I'm not going to make her lose all this money, because it's like honestly really expensive. So she was kind of just like putting all of her money into it just to try and help me get healthy. So I wasn't gonna be the person who made her lose all this money when she was trying to do something to help me. And while I'm there, I just feel like I'm on the verge of a panic attack, because I just had a feeling something bad was gonna happen. I just knew it. I even told my mom that when we were sitting down. I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this. And she said, and she thought it was just anxiety or me trying to get out of it. So the doctor comes in, and there was just like an off vibe about him. Like, he was very like rushed, or like, no, 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 you'll be fine, you'll be fine. Like, no, 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 let's just do it. And so it all happened so fast. So basically I was just sitting in the chair, and all they do is take a syringe and get a little vial of the stem cells, and they suck it up in the syringe. And then he basically just injects it straight into the vein. Before doing this, they have to take your blood, and I've got my blood taken so many times. I still get my blood drawn at least once a month. So I'm super weird. I don't like being surprised by like a needle. So I stare at the whole process the entire time, and it doesn't bother me at all. Like, none of that stuff bothers me whatsoever. So I was so used to it at this point, I was just watching him do it. So he takes the blood, and then it's time for him to inject the syringe of the stem cells. So once again, I'm watching him do this. He puts it in my arm, and he injects it. Everything's fine for like the first minute. I'm sitting in the chair. Everything is fine. And my mom's sitting in the chair across from me on the other side of the room, and I'm looking down, and all of a sudden I remember looking up, and the doctor's talking to my mom across from me. And all of a sudden, I literally, like, I didn't even know this was a real thing. I thought it was only in cartoons, but I physically saw stars. I just saw stars going around. And I remember saying, oh, my vision's a little bit weird. And I just remember my mom looking over at me and going, ah! And when she did that, it just went downhill from there. Like, this was honestly the most traumatizing experience of my entire life. I've never even like talked about it since then, but so she did that, and when she did that, my vision just started it felt like it was getting sucked in, and at the same time it felt like my throat was closing and everything was spinning, and I was like, I can't see. And so they pick me up and put me on the table that's in the room. And as I'm laying there, my whole entire body is on fire. My entire body is just burning. My throat is closing up. My nose is closing up. I can't breathe. It literally felt like someone was taking their hands and like compressing every single part of my body, like pushing it together. I can't even explain it, but I'm laying there, and I kept saying to them, I'm like, you need to call 911. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You need to call 911. And the doctor just kept saying, no, no, you're fine. You're just having a panic attack. You're having a panic attack from seeing your blood get drawn. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You need to call 911 right now. I'm gonna pass out. And I thought I was gonna, literally my vision was going like this. I was trying so hard not to pass out, and I was just trying so hard to breathe, and at this point I'm just crying because I seriously thought I was gonna die. And so he's refusing to call 911, and so I look at my mom and I say, am I gonna die? Because I couldn't breathe. And trust me when I say I've had plenty of panic attacks, and I've this wasn't a panic attack. And while this is all happening, all of a sudden I get the worst pain of my entire life in my lower stomach. It wraps around through my lower back, and it was the most painful. I've never experienced pain like that before. Then the doctor comes running back in, and he has a syringe of Benadryl and shoots that in me. He ended up having to give me so many shots of Benadryl that my arm was just so messed up after. And the reason my mom gasped when she looked at me was because my entire body had turned bright red. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was the color of this shirt. It was bright red. And the whites of my eyes were literally this color. That's why my mom, when she looked at me, she gasped, because I was just this color. I stayed in the office for 5 hours with so many shots of Benadryl and pain medicine later, and finally I'm able to go home. But we later found out that it's super rare for this to happen, but in severe cases it does. So basically, when the good fresh stem cells collided with my unhealthy autoimmune cells, it caused me to go into anaphylactic shock. It's extremely rare for this reaction to happen, but the way it was explained to me was that basically the sicker your body is, the more likely you are to have this reaction, because just picture all these good fresh cells colliding with all these dead unhealthy cells all at one time like that, and it just caused my body to go into this weird reaction. And so when this was happening, he should have listened to me and called 911, because I literally could have died from the anaphylactic shock. So instead he decided to just give me the Benadryl, which probably saved me regardless, but it would have been smarter for me to go to an actual hospital. Well, after that happened, it seriously took me like a month to recover from that. I was still in like excruciating pain and just miserable for so long. And besides that, it like honestly traumatized me and gave me PTSD to the point where whenever I have to get even like a simple procedure done, I like have flashbacks from that, and I give myself an actual panic attack now every time. So that was 2 years ago today, and honestly I don't think that treatment worked whatsoever. It was getting on the proper medicine that really helped me, but it's just crazy because after that it completely changed my outlook on life. On just now I never take a day for granted, nothing like that, and I try to just be happy every day and thankful that I'm still here and made it out of that. And it just completely changed my outlook on everything and who I am as a person. So I'm thankful it happened to me in the long run, because it completely changed everything for me. But it's just crazy for me to think that was 2 years ago today, because now I'm healthy and able to do all the stuff that I love again. And so it's just a great reminder for me to not take for granted when I am healthy. So I just want to share it and just reflect on how far I've come along since that day. But yeah, I just really wanted to share that story with you guys and just show that no matter how far down you are, you can always recover and come back up. So hopefully this gives someone a little bit of hope, because I was like way far down. I couldn't even get up. So hopefully that gives someone dealing with anything like this out there a little bit of encouragement. I'm gonna wrap up the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy this dark story, but now I just laugh about it and think about it sometimes, but for the most part, I'm completely fine. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell, and check out all my other social medias that are linked right down there. And if you have any scary Christmas stories at all, like it doesn't have to be paranormal related, if you have anything scary or creepy or revolving around this time of year, please send it to me. You can DM it to me on Instagram or send it to my email, mackiealbertson21@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.